Knobcreek 18-year batch 2 coming in at 100 proof or 50% ABV. This sample review is brought to you guys by Brian Big Nacho over at the SLB Discord. Appreciate it, Brian. Been looking forward to this one for a while. I've heard mixed reviews on this one, so I'm interested to see how this goes, but let's get into the nose. Okay, immediately, that classic beam peanutiness is the first thing. Oh, quite a bit of anise in here too. Honestly, for an 18-year-old bourbon, this has a much lower oak impact on the nose than I was expecting. You get a little bit of milk chocolate, maybe a little bit of caramel, and some marshmallow fluff. Overall, it's a just very super standard bourbon on the nose. Let's check the palate though, see how that goes. Ooh. That has a very astringent finish. That is, anytime someone says they don't like beam products, I think it's usually this astringent wood finish that their whiskeys tend to have. I find it a lot on the Knobcreek versions, as well as the Jim Beam 7-year or black label, whatever you want to call it. It's definitely on here. And now I'm picking it up in the nose. It doesn't come across to me as super oaky, which is surprising. I was really expecting this to be an oak bomb. But what I think I'm getting that is supposed to be that oak, I think is just that Jim Beam peanutiness. You definitely get a little cinnamon and a little bit of caramel. But again, it's that astringent oak and that peanut that really just overwhelms the palate. And for reference, I think this bottle usually goes for minimum $150. I would definitely not pay that much for this. That said, let's add some water and maybe we can bring out some interesting notes with water added to this. Let's see. Okay, getting a little bit more graininess now, coming across as oatmeal-y. That astringency is just slowly creeping back in though. The peanutiness has actually taken quite a bit of a step back, so that's good. Unless you like that kind of note, then that's bad, I guess. The whole nose has really taken quite a bit of a step back though. I will say it's probably more friendly to your typical bourbon drinker. If your typical bourbon drinker was nosing this, I'd probably say they wouldn't be too offended at it with how it is after water added. They would definitely tell that it's beam, but I would think that they would say it's probably in the acceptable level of peanutiness. Let's check the palate after water though. That's way better. Well, it comes in late on the finish though, but not as bad. This is interesting. The astringency comes in super late on the finish, but it's not as strong. But the fact that it comes in so late, it almost stands out by itself. I don't know how to feel about this. This is the first time this has ever happened. I don't know. I think I prefer it with water, but I really don't know. I think if you add some water to this, you sip it, and then after like 5 seconds, you take a sip of water to clear your palate. I think it's pretty good. Obviously, that's not what you would want from a bourbon you're spending $150+ on, but I would definitely say I prefer this with water.